This is the demo for AESD final project multiplayer ping pong game. The motivation of this project was to develop a ping pong game that can be launched on two different Linux machines where the players can launch the game on the terminal itself. They can connect and play with each other when they are on the same Wi-Fi network. So for developing the UI, I had to use ncurses, which will help us to render the game UI on the terminal. And for the game synchronization, I had developed a TCP socket communication library, which will help us to uh, get game variables such as ball position, opponent's paddle position, as well as game status such as scores. This is the block diagram of the project. So the hardware that I have chosen is Raspberry Pi 3, and the image for this will be built using the build root. So the build root image will have support for connecting to a local connecting to a Wi-Fi network, and also it will have support for I2C communication. Here we have ADC module, and the Raspberry Pi will be able to communicate with this ADC module over I2C bus. And this ADC module is interfaced with Joystick, which will give out and log X and Y positions. And ultimately, this joystick will be controlling the paddle positions. On the other end, we can have any Linux machine, okay, on the game, and we can launch the game on the terminal. And the paddle positions can be controlled here using the keypad. This is the hardware setup for the multiplayer ping pong game. Here we have Raspberry Pi 3 and it is connected to a power bank. And here we have joystick which gives out and log X and Y positions. And these values are read by an ADC module, which is a 16-bit ADC module, and it has I2C interface, and this I2C interface is connected to the Raspberry Pi 3. So now we'll be going over the demonstration of ping pong gameplay. On the right side, I have the terminal which is connected to Ubuntu virtual machine, and on the left side, this terminal I will be using to connect to Raspberry Pi. So I have set up the Raspberry Pi so that it connects to my Wi-Fi access point whenever it boots up. I know its local address, so I can SSH to it. So we'll log in. And the first thing I'll be checking on the Raspberry Pi is whether the ADS module is loaded or not. So this is the module that will be connected to the joystick, and it reads the knob data and sends it to the Raspberry Pi over the I2C. And this knob data will be used to control the paddle position. So for this, I will be running dmessage. So as you can see that ADS module is already loaded. So we can clear this. So now I'll be launching the game. The game's binary is already placed under user bin, and also the libraries required for launching the game are placed under user lib. So I can launch the game simply typing ping pong, and also I will be passing the argument 0, which tells the application that it has to be launched in server mode. Okay, I mistyped. So we have launched the game in server mode. On the Ubuntu machine side, we'll be launching the game in client mode. For this, I'll be passing argument 1. So as you can see that the game is launched. On the Raspberry Pi, we can see that the player's paddle color is blue and the opponent color is yellow. On the Ubuntu machine, you can see that the paddle color for the player is yellow and the opponent color is blue, and the scores are shown on the middle, and we can control the paddle on the Ubuntu machine by keyboard, and also we can see that the paddle position changes on the Raspberry Pi also. I can change the paddle position of the Raspberry Pi using the joysticks. So I'm currently using joystick now. On Ubuntu machine, I can control the paddle position using the keypad. So I can move the pad using keypad, and on the Raspberry Pi I can control the position using joystick. So I can move the joystick paddle position using the joystick.